If you think your life is useless, don't scroll away. This story will hurt first, then it will heal you. But only if you listen until the very last line. In a small town near Phoenix, Arizona, lived a 29-year-old man named Daniel. Daniel hated his life. Every morning he woke up angry and disappointed. He worked long shifts for low pay at a gas station on Route 66, dealing with rude customers and feeling no respect. Daniel felt completely invisible to the world. One night, after a particularly bad shift, he sat outside the station. The desert wind was cold and silent. Daniel whispered to himself, "Why is my life so useless?" Just then, an old woman named Margaret walked toward him. She wore a faded jacket and carried a small bag. She asked Daniel for a cup of water, and he gave it to her without saying a word. Margaret looked at his face and smiled gently. "You look tired of living," she said softly. Daniel laughed bitterly and nodded. "Dreams don't work for people like me," he replied. Margaret pointed to an old bus stop across the road. "Sit with me for 5 minutes," she said. Daniel, not caring anymore, agreed. She asked him, "Who do you think is the happiest in America?" Daniel answered quickly, "Rich people in New York." Margaret just smiled and shook her head. "I once lived in Manhattan," she said. "Big apartment, big salary, big loneliness." Daniel looked surprised. She continued, "I left everything and traveled. I met a farmer in Iowa who wanted city life. He hated his peaceful fields. I met a tech worker in San Francisco who earned millions but slept with anxiety. He envied small-town baristas. I met a famous influencer in Los Angeles. Millions watched her, but no one knew her. She cried every single night." Daniel stayed silent, listening carefully. Margaret looked straight into his eyes. "Comparison is a quiet poison," she said. Then she asked him one final question. "If your life is so bad, why are you still alive?" Daniel couldn't answer. Margaret stood up and said, "Because your story isn't finished." She walked away slowly into the dark road, and Daniel never saw her again. The next morning, Daniel noticed something new. A homeless man smiled at him and said thanks. A kid waved at him from a car window. Daniel realized something shocking. His life wasn't small, his vision was. He still worked at the gas station, but now he worked with purpose, not comparison. Months later, Daniel saved enough money to start night classes at a community college, one step at a time. Years later, Daniel owned a small repair shop. It was nothing fancy, but it was peaceful. And it was truly his. The happiest life is not the biggest life, it is the most accepted one. Stop chasing other people's lanes. Someone out there wants your life. Someone envies your freedom. Someone prays for what you ignore. If this story touched you, don't ignore it. Like this video to remind yourself later. Subscribe for more stories that fix broken thinking. And comment one word below, grateful. Your future self will thank you.